So yeah, welcome back. This is part five. Part five? I think that's right. So this is part five of lesson three, level zero of metaphysics with Djehutyii. Okay, Djehutyii readings or Djehutyii KaBa. It depends on where you're watching it from. So yeah, so we covered so far the modalities, the elements, and we were in the houses. Okay. And I was talking in the previous video, I was talking about the 10th house. I ended it in the 10th house and what it represents. So now I'm going to move into the 11th house. So the 11th house represents the community, friends, collective goals. Okay. So when you look at the 11th house, you're going to see how you're going to relate to your friends, what kind of friendships you're going to have. Okay. What are the basis of your friendships. Okay. What is the foundation of your friendships as well. And then you're going to see what it also represents, what you're going to do, okay, how you're going to act towards humanity. Okay, it can also represent social media or how you are viewed on social media. Okay, amongst other things, but within due time I'll expand more when it comes to these definitions. Okay, now the 11th house belongs to Aquarius and Uranus as well. Okay, so you are aware. Now the 12th house talks about the subconscious, secrets and spirituality. Okay, so in the 12th house you're gonna you can look at how your views on spirituality, how you behave. What is your personality when it comes to the spirituality, how you incorporate the spirituality, if that makes sense. Okay, and he also talks about your secrets, so how you're going to deal with secrets, or you can also represent secret enemies. Okay, who are your secret enemies, and you can see it through the 12th house. All right, now let's put this into perspective now. Okay, so you can have an idea, less or more. So now I'm going to give you one example, okay, of the energy of these houses that I mentioned, and then we can do a recap, overall recap, and then we close the lesson for today. Okay, so yeah, so for like I said, in the first house, okay, so in the first house you got your self-identity, the first impressions. Okay, so let's say you have Aries in the first house. So the way that um people are going to look at you is that you are quite courageous. You are you speak your truth, you stand on yourself, on your truth. Okay, you can be quite impulsive as well. They might see you as impulsive. All right, they might see you as a bit of emotionally immature as well, because Aries represents the baby. All right, also the first house also represents your body structure. So when you have Aries rising or Aries ascendant or Aries in the first house, it can represent that you might have a more solid structure. Okay, you might have a strong defined chest for the men, and for the women your arms might be more defined as well. Okay, I've noticed that. I've noticed also something about the chin. So people that has strong areas in their chart, they have like something here on the chin. Something that I've noticed as well. You might also appear very young or younger than your age. Okay, when it comes to Aries rising, but people might see you as a bit intimidating as well. Okay, you might come across a bit cold. Not maybe not because you want to, but you might come across a bit, this one is not the one to play with kind of energy. Okay, this is just a small example. All right, yeah, so this was the example for the first house, right? So the second house, for instance, you're gonna see how you're gonna what's it called. Oh, also for Aries, you could people might see with someone that is you might have a sports, like someone that has a athletic body as well. Okay, or you have a balanced body structure overall. Okay, because we have Libra on the other side, but that we're going to talk about that later on. Okay, and then in the second house, you go how you manage your money. What are your values? What are your possessions? Okay, so if let's say you have Cancer in the second house, okay, and so that will say that your value, you put a lot of value when it comes to your family. Your family is a great source of value. Okay, your roots, that's your value. Okay, you can gain money through anything that you do from home. If you work from home, anything that you do from home, you can make money through that. Okay, because Cancer represents the home, right? You can be a builder as well. You can be into DIY decoration. Okay, as well, it's possible. When it comes to your money, though, in the second house, if you have Cancer in the second house, it could play a role because the Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon changes every 2.5 days. So your money can fluctuate. There could be fluctuation in your emotions, but as well, that will affect your money as well. Okay, and therefore your spendings. That's something to take into consideration. Okay. You could be also in the second Cancer in the second house, because they get attached emotionally to things. So when it comes to your possessions, you can have a strong connection when it comes to your possessions in the house, for instance, because as I said, Cancer rules the house. So everything that is inside your house, you can be very much attached to it. Your clothes, your furniture, there's always a significant, a deeper meaning to them. Okay, so it could be harder for you to kind of let go because it represents something special to you. Is that making sense? So that was what's it called? That was just a roughly. Okay, let me pull. Okay, so I said cardinal in the first house. So what? Okay, since I mentioned Aries in the first house as an example, so because it is in its house, there is more compatibility. Okay, it's a cardinal sign in a cardinal in its house, in its own house. Okay, so in its cardinal house, so which means it's a good combination. Okay, if we had a different sign, a mutable sign, no, mutable. Let's see, I mean, cardinal, basically let's see, maybe Scorpio in the first house. Whereas Aries in the first house is like there's that intimidating energy, but Aries also can be very bubbly, okay, because he's a child, right? So and they are also very impulsive and enthusiastic. They have that enthusiasm in them, right? So when it comes to if they had, for instance, Scorpio in the first house, which is also has the same ruler as Cancer, but Scorpio is ruled by Pluto as well, right? So it would give that intimidation could come into times 10, if I may say. It might come times 10 because Scorpio is also secretive, okay? Scorpio is also secretive, and Scorpio is not interested in really making. Scorpio is very aware when it comes to how people perceive them, right? So the way that people would see Scorpio in the first house, it would be more mysterious, more what's it called? Someone that is selective when it comes to who they deal with. Whereas Aries is more like they can be more easygoing because they have Libra on the other side, and Libra talks about partnerships, right? So they're more they're more open to exchange. Okay, whereas Scorpio is more like of a self. They are more focused on themselves. Is that making sense? Even though Aries can be seen as selfish as well at times and very self-centered, but still there is that energy of balance that can help them. Okay, not like Leo that is like fixed, that like, nope, it's just me point blank. I need to be seen. Do you understand what I mean? That's the difference. I hope that was clear. I hope I didn't get your mind confused. Okay, So this was just an example. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments because I need to end this video. So this was just a small observation and examples so you can have less or more of an idea on how you can read your own chart in the future. Okay, but we're gonna, if there's a need to kind of, go through it again and again, we can do that so you guys understand it properly. Okay, but once we start doing the birth chart, it's going to be easier and it's going to make sense to you. Okay, all right guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will definitely see you in my next lesson. I will be also doing my readings, don't get me wrong. Okay, but I want to focus as well on teaching you guys. All right, and don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. That will help a lot. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that you don't understand or your questions. I'm open to respond to them. Or if you want me to kind of adapt more into your in a better way of teaching, I don't know. Okay, but let me know in the comments what you think so I can adjust myself. All right. So with that being said, I am gonna leave you for now, and I'll see you in my next reading, not reading, teaching. Okay, bye.